What's going on, everyone? Designedcoma here. Welcome back. And the gameplay you're watching is some more Black Ops 3 beta multiplayer. And what are we going to talk about in today's video? Well, I have a couple different things. First of all, doesn't that intro just make you want to go get a Corona and sit on the beach somewhere? I just love that intro. That music in that intro that I had one of the other content creators make was just, it was really cool. I love it. You know, I don't think I'll ever change it either. Maybe the graphics, but the music has to stay. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to talk about a game that is coming from a different studio. It's called Boss Key Productions. Now, if you're not familiar with Boss Key Productions, this is the studio that Cliff Bleszinski started up when he left Epic. And if somebody's not familiar with Cliff Bleszinski, which I really couldn't see anybody not being familiar with who he is, he brought us Gears of War, the franchise Gears of War. And I'll tell you what, that is like one of my all-time favorites. And I still say, and I stick to it to this day, it should have stopped at 3. Just right there. Boom. No more. It was good at 3. So, Lawbreakers is the name of the game that him and his team have been working on. And we just recently got to see some game footage and a trailer. And I'm going to leave a link to the description, in the description, for this article, so you can go check out the trailer and the gameplay footage as well, and read a little bit up about the game and the characters. So Lawbreakers is a game that is set years after a cataclysmic basically, Lawbreakers is set years after a cataclysmic event known as the Shattering, which changed the world as we know it. So basically, from what I gathered from the trailer, is that they were mining the moon for something, and they ended up like destroying the moon. It just like shattered into who knows how many pieces, and then it just really wreaked havoc on the planet, you know, and basically, you know, our planet almost split in two and stuff, you know, and things just got destroyed. So that's kind of where the storyline starts. But I want to talk about the 4 playable characters that they have, and these characters are pretty cool. When you get to watch the gameplay footage, it's pretty awesome. And they don't really show much of it in the trailer. Maybe they did. I can't remember. You know, it's pretty bad. I can't remember. So Kitsune is the first character, and Kitsune is a fast-paced melee fighter. And from what it looks like, she's kind of like a ninja-style fighter. She has a katana. She's wielding a katana, and you know, from what I've been reading, she can't take a lot of damage, but she's quick and she puts out a lot of damage. And judging by the way she wields that katana of hers, it's pretty insane. You know, she's pretty crazy. Next up is Maverick, and she has some jetpacks. These really cool jetpacks that can either get you in to or out of sticky situations. So if you like to get into a sticky situation, you can use the jetpacks to get you in there quick. She has this really cool ability too, and it's called Starfall. And this allows her to jet up into the sky and then plummet down at a high velocity, and basically destroying everything within her radius. You know, within the radius of the shockwave from her slamming into the earth. Next up we have is Breacher. And Breacher is your well-rounded soldier, and this is probably the character I would end up playing, because I'm the run and gun type person. I like to run and gun, and Breacher is suited for those people who like the run and gun style gameplay, and also it looks like it's good for, you know, novice and experienced, you know, FPS players. So that would probably be the character I would play, although I'd probably give the other ones a try too. Last up is Kronos, and Kronos is the tank of the bunch. He's the big hefty dude, and he literally is like a walking tank. He features high durability, high damage output, but he moves really slow. He's not very quick, but he has the most awesome weapons. He has a rocket launcher and ricochet grenades. The ricochet grenades were so cool to see in action in the gameplay footage. So I'm going to leave a link to the article in the description, like I said, and you guys can go check it out at IGN, and you know, give the trailer a look, and also check out some of the gameplay footage. And something else I want to talk about, which is kind of making me start to feel like that a lot of games are just not going to be ported over to the 360 and the PS3 anymore. Maybe not right away, but this is kind of like the start of it, and I think a lot of studios are going to start looking at this in the same light, which is Mortal Kombat X. It was supposed to come out on the PS3 and the 360, but the versions have been canceled by Warner Brothers Studios. And the reasoning for this is they can't get the games to meet the quality standards that were set by the current gen versions of the game. And I will leave a link to this article in the description as well, so you can go check it out if you happen to still have a PS3, for example, or whatever it might be, and you were looking to get this for that console. But I really couldn't see why if you have the current gen, right? So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of where I think a lot of studios might start turning to, is that we can't get it to the standards we want. You know, we've got it set for these standards on the current gens. We want to try and keep the same set of standards for the previous gen. And I can understand where they're coming from, because, you know, you really don't want to put something out, spend the money, and put something out that is just going to be subpar. You know, basically it sounds like they had to kind of chop the game up quite a bit in order to get it to function on the systems, and they didn't want to do that. So, you know, I get where they're coming from. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, favorite, and subscribe. And like I said, I'll leave the links in the description for all this, and I will catch you guys in the next one.